It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was in
Chrisean Rock.
Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that? So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest.
Chrisean Rock didn't want to believe it. At first, she thought the internet was just being cruel people online picking apart her parenting and judging her baby from short video clips. She brushed off the comments, called them hate, and tried to stand strong in front of the world. But then, something changed. It wasn't just trolls anymore. It wasn't gossip or whispers. It was a doctor, an actual medical professional who confirmed what many had quietly feared. The online rumors about her son's development weren't just noise. They were real concerns, rooted in science and experience. And when that reality hit, everything shifted. Let's rewind for a moment. Chrisean was glowing with pride when she first introduced her baby boy, Chrisean Jr., to the world. She posted videos of herself cuddling him, feeding him, and celebrating her new life as a mother. Fans were happy for her. They cheered her on and praised her strength. But as more videos came out, people started noticing something that didn't sit right. In clip after clip, her son didn't seem to move much. His arms and legs stayed still, even when she touched him or spoke. His eyes didn't follow objects. He didn't react to sound like other babies typically do. Some people mentioned his cry, it was high-pitched and strained, not like the usual baby fussiness. And more than anything, there was a blankness in his expression that caught people off guard. At first, Chrisean responded the way any protective mom might. She defended her baby. She called out the haters, blocked people who made comments, and doubled down on her belief that nothing was wrong. In several live streams, she insisted that doctors had already seen her son and said he was fine. She claimed he was happy, healthy, and surrounded by love. And maybe that's what she truly believed at the time. But the comments didn't stop. They multiplied. And they didn't all come from random internet users, some came from parents who had been through the same thing. One person said, "I'm not being mean. My daughter had similar symptoms, and she needed early therapy." Others said, "This is concern, not hate." These weren't just critics anymore. These were people with experience, people trying to help. Still, Chrisean felt attacked. She felt like people weren't just judging her child, they were judging her as a mother. She took it personally, which is completely understandable. For a while, she tried to ignore everything. She deleted posts. She stopped responding. She tried to shut it all out. But then a video went viral. In it, Chrisean held her baby in her arms. He didn't move. He didn't blink. He didn't respond to her or the world around him. That clip spread fast. And this time, it wasn't just fans who commented, doctors did too. A pediatrician reviewed the clip in a social media reaction video and shared concerns. The doctor said that while they couldn't officially diagnose the child without an in-person evaluation, the signs were troubling. Low muscle tone. Poor reflexes. Lack of eye contact. These were all red flags for developmental delays. Some even mentioned possible signs of fetal alcohol syndrome, something they felt needed to be explored more deeply by professionals. Other medical professionals echoed the same thoughts. The baby's cry, the stillness, the blank stares, they were consistent with potential neurological or developmental concerns. Doctors urged Chrisean to seek help immediately. Early intervention, they said, could make a huge difference in her child's future. Then Blueface's mother, Carlisa, entered the conversation. After meeting her grandson for the first time, she said something that shocked a lot of people. "I don't know if he was looking at me, Chrisean, or just staring into space." Her words were emotional, raw, and direct. She didn't hold back. She said she believed Chrisean's drinking and smoking during pregnancy may have had an impact on the baby's development. That comment added fuel to an already burning fire. Some people agreed with Carlisa. Others felt she was being too harsh during an already painful time. But one thing was clear: more and more people were speaking up, and Chrisean could no longer ignore it. At this point, fans weren't just pointing fingers. They were begging her to act for her son's sake. People said that this wasn't about judgment or shaming anymore. It was about giving a child the best possible chance at a healthy, happy life. Every day that passed without action felt like a missed opportunity. Chrisean's own friend, Jaden, also came forward. She said Chrisean was in denial. She wasn't facing the truth, and that fear was holding her back from getting the help her son might desperately need. According to Jaden, it wasn't the condition that upset people, it was the delay in doing anything about it. The pressure continued to grow. And then, something shifted. Chrisean stopped posting her son online. To many, this was a turning point. For someone who had shared every detail of her life on social media, pulling back like that spoke volumes. Maybe, they hoped, she was finally listening. Maybe she was choosing to focus on her son's well-being away from the public eye. For a while, the criticism softened. But then came the church appearance. Chrisean brought her son to a public event, and people hoped to see progress. Instead, they saw the same signs that had caused concern before. Her son sat quietly, still not reacting to the noise or the people around him. He didn't respond to his name. He didn't make eye contact. And once again, that blank stare returned. The concern came rushing back stronger than ever. People pleaded with her to get professional help, to take her child to a specialist, to stop wasting time. Some were angry. Others were just heartbroken. And finally, Chrisean broke her silence. She went live and really opened up. Her voice cracked. Her eyes welled up. She said she was doing the best she could. She asked people to stop diagnosing her child through their phones. She said no one knew what she was going through. And maybe they don't. But beneath her defensive words was a mother who looked exhausted, scared, and overwhelmed. She still insisted that doctors hadn't found anything wrong. But her face said something different. The truth is, this situation is heartbreaking. No parent wants to believe something might be wrong with their child. And no parent wants the world picking apart their every move. But when a child's future is at stake, the hardest thing to do is often the most necessary: to face the truth head-on and take action. This isn't about blame. It's not about shaming anyone. It's about giving that little boy the best chance at life. Early therapy, medical support, and loving attention can change everything. So now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Chrisean is finally starting to face reality? Or is she still holding on to denial? Will things get better from here, or could they get worse before they improve? In the end, this story isn't just about Chrisean Rock, her baby, or what the internet thinks. It's about how we, as a society, choose to respond when something looks off, especially when a child is involved. It's about the balance between showing empathy and calling out what needs to be said, even when it's uncomfortable. Throughout this entire journey, we've watched Chrisean Rock evolve in real time. From proudly posting her newborn baby boy, soaking in the joys of motherhood, to pushing back at what she believed were harsh and unnecessary criticisms, and then breaking down as more and more people started asking the same painful questions. For any young mother, that would be incredibly overwhelming. Imagine giving birth, falling in love with your child, and then having millions of strangers online picking apart every blink, every movement, or lack thereof, and using that to judge both your baby and your parenting. But what started as what she believed was hate, slowly started looking like genuine concern. At first, she fought back hard. She called people haters. She told everyone her baby was fine. She said doctors had checked him out and saw no problems. And to be fair, what mother wouldn't want to believe that? What mother wouldn't want to hear that their child is perfectly healthy and doing just fine? But when doctors, real, licensed pediatricians started speaking out, it stopped being internet noise. It became real. And when family members, like Blueface Mom, started saying the same thing, it became impossible to ignore. The signs were all there, and the more people spoke out, the more it looked like Chrisean was in denial, possibly out of fear, or maybe just heartbreak. And honestly, who can blame her? Being a mom is already hard. Doing it in front of millions of people? Even harder. Doing it while constantly getting dragged online, criticized, accused of bad parenting, that's a different level of pain. But in the middle of all that, the one thing that matters most is the child. And right now, baby Christian Jr. needs help. Whether it's physical therapy, developmental therapy, or just a second opinion from specialists, every day counts. The good news is, early intervention works. When delays are caught early and treated, kids can make huge improvements. What might look like a long road ahead could actually be a turning point if the right steps are taken now. But ignoring the signs or hoping they go away on their own won't help. And at this stage, no one's asking Christian to be perfect, we're just hoping she puts pride aside and fights for her son with the same passion she fights off the internet. Her emotional live stream, that raw, vulnerable moment, was maybe the most real she's ever been. You could feel her pain. You could hear the conflict in her voice. It wasn't just sadness or frustration, it was fear. Fear that maybe the people she thought were just trolls might be right. Fear that something is actually going on. And fear that, as a mother, she might have missed the signs. That's a heavy burden for anyone to carry, let alone someone so young and in the spotlight. To hope that Christian takes that next step, gets the support she needs, and most importantly, gives her baby the fighting chance he deserves. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about views, drama, or gossip. This is about a child's future, and that's something worth fighting for. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Christian is finally ready to face reality? Or will it take something more for her to take action? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates and deep dives just like this one. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and remember, every child deserves a chance, and every parent deserves grace.